Just so happy to see you here, to meet you, to feel you. It's all about that. It's all about being together, and just with each other, giving us the best of ourselves, our creative power, our talents, our gifts, and being like this as a family, as a group, co-creating new ideas, new ways of living, new ways of thinking that envelop wellness for all of us. Yes, this is the path. This is the reason why you are here alive, the reason why you decide to come to this physical experience, to be the creator and the observer of your own creations and enjoy yourself, all the manifestations, and be happy and explore the joy through that creative process. And in that happiness, radiate positive energy fields around you and allowing that increase of energy to travel and expand the universe and be the feeder, the ones who feeds, the one who nourishes all what is around you, all what is yourself, that is the universe itself. Yes, it's all about being happy. This is the nourishment of the universe. And I don't know why I'm talking about this, but you guys are inspiring me to go into this direction. Oh, hello. Yeah, my name is Akahi, and I am so happy to see you, all of you. And yeah, just if one of you guys want to have or make questions for me, or wants to know about what I'm doing, or the visit that I'm going to have in Israel, and the reason why I will be there, and yeah, about Pranic, Breatharian transition process, and all what is inquiring you to be here in this moment, feel totally free, totally open to ask about anything. Yeah? Welcome. And thank you, Batel, for organizing this. Thank you so much for taking your time and to put your love into this gathering.
Thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I want to be more comfortable here. So tell me, beauties, what is the reason why? Yeah, please make the question.
What is this beautiful picture on your right?
On my right, this?
Yes.
This is one of my paintings, though. This is what I'm seeing now, what I'm living now inside of me. Is, for example, here you see this perspective is a perspective of the geometry of the creation, and within how within all creations exist even more creation, how the expansion of the universe is also inside of us. The inner and the outer, they are all in perfect organization, in perfect order, co-creating. And more, multiple possibilities of this alignment, because when we are in this alignment between the inner and the outer, there is alignment, and there is possibilities of multiple experiences, that are all in synchronicity with this alignment. Things like that. And this one is the breathing cycle, the breathing process. For example, here you see the infinite symbol. Yeah,
Yes.
like two circles. This is the symbol of the infinite, and there is a circle around it, and all multiple possibilities also.
Yeah.
Here, our breathing cycle has three parts. Yeah, the inhalation, then the exhalation, and then the third part is the moment in which the exhalation, it crashes, it encounters the inhalation. You want to take a time to practice it, to recognize this point of our breathing cycle? All right, so I'm going to share with you guys a small little breathing, yeah? Exercise to tap into this awareness. So I invite you to be present of yourself. And in 3, 2, 1, we are going to start. First, breathing at your natural way. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Following your natural inner rhythm. Breathe. Feel the expansion and contraction of your chest. Allowing it to expand breath by breath. Inhaling deeply and allowing the air to come out of you by its own weight. Breathe. And now, breath by breath, we are going to focus in our breathing cycle. The air flowing through you breath by breath within its perfect cycle of life. So first, focus only in the inhalation. Inhaling, focusing in the air entering into your body through your nose. Without effort, has to be natural. It is beyond the mind. Just breathe, inhaling. And now we are going to focus only in the exhalation. Exhaling the air, following it all the way until when you feel your exhalation encountering or crashing with your inhalation again. Take your time to feel this space. breath by breath, perceive this part of your breathing in which your exhalation encounters the inhalation. And allow yourself to feel what happened in this moment. Just feel what happened in your body. Become aware of the breathless. And here in the breathless, you can perceive with a higher sense a gentle energy impulse created in the moment in which your exhalation crashes your inhalation. Feel how this impulse naturally lead you to a new breathing cycle, expanding your chest again. This is an impulse of energy created by the crash of photons within you, breath by breath. And it is happening beyond your mind. It is the moment in which you are creating your own life. Or, in other words, the moment in which you are transforming the non-physical energy into physical energy. By this impulse of energy, you are delivering it through your meridians, through all your central and autonomous nervous system, delivering information, a stimulation of energy through all the tiny muscles of your organs, of your body, creating life as you know it physically. And this is happening beyond our mind. And this is a universal code, a universal blueprint. When you see a galaxy, you see the vortex. When you see the universe, you see the central universe. When you see yourself, you see your heart as the center of your being, the vortex. And this is also the vortex within the breathing cycle that automatically continues sustaining you breath by breath. And this is the reason why you are breathing now. This is the reason why after your birth, you have the first impulse, the first memory to breathe, because it's the blueprint. Everything is breathing within the cycle of life. The universe breathes, the galaxies breathe, the planet Earth breathes, the trees are breathing, the animals are breathing. We are breathing together in the same field, the field of intelligence that is giving life to everything, co-creating with everything. And that is you, within you, breath by breath accompanying you. And this is what we are coming here to learn. And this is the message that I have to share, actually. It is that you have the possibility to take advantage of all this intelligence of the universe that is breathing through you and utilize it to co-create with it the beautiful life experience you want to have and be happy with it. And the way to access that intelligence that breathes, it is synchronizing us back with it through the breath. Allowing our breathing rhythm, our breathing capacity to synchronize with the breath of the universe. So yeah, this is just what you guys are inspiring me to share, based in these paintings, and then the message, and it's so vast, it's so big.
Hi,
I am here.
I have a question about breathing in synchronicity to the symbol of the infinite. When I was doing it at home, so I was trying in my mind to synchronize my breath to the image I see inside, and like do the inhalation in the upper circle and the exhalation in the lower circle or otherwise. And I each time missed it. like thinking faster than I was breathing, or breathing faster than I was thinking. And I saw that it's easier for me, for example, to breathe this part of the symbol and exhale this part of the symbol. So it doesn't have to be this circle and this circle, right? It just has.
Exactly, my brother. Yes, it's the way how that inner sacred geometry manifests in you, and the way how you see it. For me, I see it like this, yeah. But this code is within us, and the way how you see it, it is perfect for you. People see it like this. Other people see it in a horizontal way. Other people see double, like one horizontal, other vertical together. And from this, many other geometries manifest, but is your own vision, the way how you see it. But to recognize it brings your mind to a space of infinite possibilities, because you are bringing to your mind the idea of that there is infinite, there is the infinite symbol. And when your mind accepts this code in it, reaches a state in which start having ideas that are infinite, multiple options of perspectives. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not just a symbol, it activates something within us when we incorporate it. The same with what happens in our cells. When we are doing our breathing sessions, we also see it in our body. So we allow this symbol to flow through our cells, to see it in our body itself. So when the cells remember the blueprint of the infinite, they have a stimulation to return to their natural state of self-sustainability. That means being self-nourished by their internal source of energy. That is the atom. The nucleus of the atom has enough energy to sustain each cell to live on light. So, more questions maybe? Or you guys want to share something?
Can you explain about it? But Elle said that there is a stage where light beings change your organs or something like that. Can you explain to me about it? I don't understand it.
Thank you for making that question, sister. What is your name?
Alma.
Ama?
Alma. ALMA.
Ama.
Alma.
Ama. Thank you for making that question, Ama. Um, there are things that are beyond my explanation, the why they are. In this space of infinite possibilities, sometimes are things that are beyond what we can explain or what we can put reasons to be. Some things just manifest and they come through. But about the etheric surgeries that are part of the recalibration of your body to the capacity to live on light again, has to be with something that was from its original process. When the 21-day process came to the planet in the 90s, the process in the third night of it, it has a etheric surgery. And in that surgery, something that is beyond our mind occurs. That is the recalibration of the organs to the capacity to take advantage of the cosmic energy. Some people are able to feel this, some people don't see it, some people don't experience it in fullness because they don't see it, because it's not guided, it's something just that happens. But after that, we receive more information that gives us the strength to continue. Yeah? This was there when the 21-day process found me, because I didn't look for it. It came to me to knock the door of my house. When the process found me, in the third day of it, I did experience the message of the breath, leading me to really feel it in its deepness in the 5th day. In the 3rd day, the awareness of the importance of the breath was present in my mind, and that led me to a new state of consciousness. So I felt that in that night, my organs were reestablished to lead my mind to think again about the importance of the breath. You understand? Because everything is connected. When the body receives information, it passes to the mind, and the mind receives and passes to the body. And it was like that. The process came with that in the 21-day process, in the 3rd night. So then I experienced that, and I continue with my process. But in terms of the 8-day process, the process also has a etheric surgery that is, in a way, divinely guided by the creators of the process through me to you. Yeah? And that it is also here in the 8-day process, but this occurs in the 5th day of the process. In the morning, the first session of the 5th day, it is the etheric surgery. But the difference in this etheric surgery is that you feel it more clearly because you experience it mentally, physically, emotionally, and in your soul. You are able to be present fully in the surgery and feel it occurring through your organs in a way that is more tangible, more comprehensive. It's not just a theory, you really feel it. And after, you feel the benefits right away. And it is because through me and within the 8-day process, the etheric surgery comes guided through the breath with information. So there is a message that has the frequency of vibration to create the etheric surgery in the cells of the body, and that vibration is expressed through me. And your body cells receive this frequency and receive the information and receive the surgery. It's something that it is beyond. I told you, there are things that are beyond our reason to be and how they can be. And we have to be open to that, because that's a new intelligence, That is something that our mind sometimes cannot really express the reason or why it comes. But it's another intelligence that is acting, So in this session, this intelligence acts this way through the session to the recipients, to the participants of the process. And everybody feel it from that moment that the shift has occurred. So what happened is that people start feeling more energy. It's like the build-up of the energy has shifted, and this occurs in the fifth day, that is the day in which we are in the emptiness to receive the new frequency. Because the 8-day process, it is like the symbol of the infinite. You can see it the way how you want it, but the first 3 days is the exhalation. That is also the infinite. The symbol of the breathing cycle is this. Remember that I told you before? Exhalation, inhalation, and the place in which they encounter. Yeah? And the 8-day process is the same. It is 8 days in which 3 days you are exhaling. That means letting go of all the information that you don't need. So there are specific breathing sessions to do that. Yeah? I will explain about the breathing sessions before. Did you guys were here the last time that I was sharing about the process in Israel?
No.
No?
No, it's different people.
All right, good to know, Batel, so I can re-explain that because it's good to know all the sessions and all of that. So we are in the part in which we are in the first part, that is 3 days of exhalations. That means exhaling the information that you don't need, the information that is obsolete for you. Yeah? And in these 3 days, naturally our body cells let go of information like sickness or illness that are stuck in the cells. That is memory, that sometimes there are illnesses that cannot be healed because they are stuck in the memory of the cell. Yeah? So the body has the opportunity to release by its own intelligence all the cellular unhealthy information that doesn't need. The same happens with the mind. Gradually you feel how the mind becomes more quiet, more cleaner, more sharper, more positive thoughts start coming, and it's because the mind is releasing naturally by its own intelligence the information that doesn't need. Or traumas, or so many things that we carry with our life, information in our mind. And we have the opportunity to release that. It happens naturally, something that just the intelligence that is working through the process does. And the same happens with our emotions. The emotional charge, all the heaviness of the emotions from the past and even from past lives have the opportunity to breathe. And the freshness of the present flow of energy in the emotional body naturally releases, dissolves, transforming into quietness the emotions. And there the peace, the inner peace blossoms, manifest, and that inner peace brings tranquility to the way how we create our life, the way how we are co-creating and existing in the diversity of our relations within this experience. And so many manifestations happens when we are centered, in quietness within. And it happens the same with our soul in the process, because the process envelops all the aspects, that is the body, the mind, the emotions, the soul. The process of 8 days envelops and takes care of each aspect and goes precisely to each of them to heal them, to purify them, to harmonize them. So in the soul, what happens is that through the breath, the soul has the opportunity to breathe, has the permission to breathe deeply. And in the breath of the soul has the opportunity to return to the oneness with the soul of the universe, merging in the soul of all that it is. And it's something that is beyond my explanation is something that we can feel, that we feel when we are in the session. So this happens in the first 3 days. The exhalation, that is letting go the information that we don't need. Then we have 2 days, that is the 4th and 5th day, and those 2 days are the emptiness, the breathless, the quiet energy, in which we can perceive the vibration of the universe and its frequencies, and we can tap with those frequencies and receive information from them. When I mean information, I mean new capacities like clairvoyance, capacity to be a channel, capacity to be a healer, capacity to be a clear messenger of the new consciousness, capacity to be and express your talents and your gifts, because we all bring our gifts, and we can tap with all this new information and activate all these talents that are within us, and also bring new ones of this new generation, of this new time in planet Earth. Yeah? So these 2 days are the days in which we are completely empty of information. And in this space of emptiness, that is the same as the space after our exhalation, we exhale, we are empty. In this space of emptiness is where the shift occurs. Is the moment in which your body is empty of the food source of nourishment, and it changes for the cosmic intelligence nourishment. And why? Because your body is not receiving for 4 days, in the 4th day in the night, that your body is not receiving the same that you have been giving it for all your life, that in also enveloping nourishment, the body is not receiving the physical nourishment for 4 days, and is in the 2nd day of dry fast, the body automatically searches for new sources of nourishment, because the body feels that is staying or being out of energy. Automatically the inner intelligence start searching for new sources, and then it remembers the prana, it remembers the breath, the chi, the universal energy, and then again the synchronicity occurs. The body synchronizes with that source again. And from that moment and on, the body continues working only in pranic nourishment. Doesn't matter if you choose to eat or not after the process, you still will be running in pranic nourishment, because you will be aware of it flowing through you breath by breath. And you will notice how from the day 4, you will see changes in your energy. The energy start building, but it's a different energy. It's an energy that is more lighter, it's not heavier. It's lighter, that also feels with a lot of clarity in the mind and like lightness of the body, like you are not holding or charging nothing, you are so fresh. And you feel that, and it's just a feeling in which the energy start building. And is lighter, but is building. And is an energy that you can use in everything. And this is the most beautiful thing. That is the part after the process. That is to learn to use this beautiful energy into these things, you know. So from the day 5 in the morning that we have our etheric surgery, from day 5 in the night, we drink. And we start the part of inhalation again. That is inhaling the new information that we want to have within us to be happy now and forever. So just integration of a new belief system of infinite possibilities, integration of a new state of emotions that is quiet and loving for yourself and for others, integration of new concepts in your mind about yourself and relation with the life, recognition of your divine presence, of yourself as a divine being, and all this integration of new insights, new revelations that will manifest from within will be start to bring the new information that we should have within us. And that is from the 5th day in the night, when we start drinking, until the 8th day. Integration, integration. And this is the inhalation. Yeah? So that's the way how the process is technically organized. I did not organize this. It came like this, and I'm just passing it at the way how it came. I am open for more questions now. The mind goes all over because there's so much information, but come on, continue.
What? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Why do we come back to eating after in the last 2 days? Drinking, eating food. Why?
Why you guys can come back to eating after the process, you say?
Yes. No.
You said,
Can you please repeat the question really clear because I didn't hear you so good, sorry.
okay. I said, if there's the etheric surgery and the organs are replaced and we can feed on prana, so why do we come back to eating the last 2 days?
In the last 2 days, we are not eating. We are just, and from the day 5 in the night, after our second session, we drink really watery juice, like 80% water with 20% juice. And then the 6th day, we add more fruit to our juice, like 40 fruit, 60 water. The 7th day, you can have citrus fruits and you will drink as much as you feel, and also having more fruit in your juice. That will be 60 to 80% fruit in your juice. And in the 8th day, you continue drinking your juices, and you have the opportunity to do smoothies also if you want. So
Why
there's
is there a need to eat after the etheric surgery?
Asking why there is a need to come back to bringing back some material to the body, like drinking and afterwards eating. Like why we cannot just stay without food, without drinking.
I don't know why. Just the process it came like that. You know, the process gives you the opportunity to integrate into the society through the juices, to integrate into your activities as a human being in the environment through the juices as a conduit of new information. So the juices, we are not using the juices as nourishment. We are using the juices as a source of new information because we use them to pass messages to our body. For example, you know the documentary and experiments of Masaru Emoto from Japan? The Japanese that show us how the water receives information. Yeah? So this is how what we use in the process. Is a universal concept. So it is part of the process. So the juices from the day 5 in the afternoon, that you are completely dry, completely empty. The juices are also here to give you new information into your cells. Of course, I have to explain this even more vastly. So why? Because in these 3 days of dry fast that start from the day 3, 4, and 5, in these 3 days, your body recycles all the information from the liquids of your body, from your tissues, and all the liquid that is around your cells. And why? Because this liquid that is within your body, in which your cells are swimming, this liquid contains information the information that you have accumulate in your life, emotions, thoughts, physical illnesses, all that information is held in your body, and it is in the liquids. Because when you, for example, are eating something, you are thinking something. Or sometimes people is drinking or eating under stress. And when you are eating under stress, all that information get inside of your body with the liquids that you are creating with your saliva and with the drink and everything that you are having all that information, your body is receiving those liquids and is holding them. So it's holding information. You understand? So that's why the body cells cannot heal the illness sometimes, because of course the cells are constantly regenerating, but because they are swimming in these liquids that have old information, the cells cannot heal. You understand? So
Yes,
through the process in these 3 days, you release those liquids because you are not drinking. So the body look for liquids and start recycling from all the tissues, all the liquids, and then you will pee all that information. You will let go of that information that was in the liquids of your body. And then you will be free of that information. Do you understand the deepness of this cellular transformation? Then you will be empty of those liquids. So then from the 5th day that you start drinking, we are going to drink with affirmations. So we use the affirmations to put new information of health, happiness in our body. So we drink repeating a affirmation that each day accompanies the process. Every day of the process, you receive a specific information, a affirmation that matches the day and the reprogramming of it. Yeah? So that's the reason why we use the juices. We use them as a conduit of information to our body and to create a space for our cells so they can regenerate and heal in a deep level. It is a science. It is definitely a science, but it's really logical. If you think about it, you recognize how logical it is, how natural, how smart this process has been created.
Can I ask another question before?
Yes.
Um, um, how do you?
Good question, brother. Thank you so much for making that. How is related the process with grounding? Yeah, it's about grounding to being here in this reality, in the state of the pranic consciousness. And this is something that is one of the reasons of this process, is to give us the opportunity to ground that wholeness, that existence of light that we are into this reality. It's something that just happens, happens naturally. The process is designed. Actually, one of the reasons of that to ground is the juices. One of the tools that we use to ground us is the juices to create that still that earth relationship, with something that is created from here, the water from here, the fruits from here, from this reality. Just living in accompanying with the juices, it holds that vibration of earth, and that's a way to keep to ground us. Yeah. But in terms of how to really ground this intelligence into your life, it grounds itself because it knows exactly what you want, what you need, and how to give it to you. So it will give you ideas, it will give you concepts, it will give you experiences, it will give you relationships, work, jobs, will give you everything that you require to be grounded into your state of creator, because that's the state that is this, is to recognize us as creators of our life, yeah? And create with happiness and be happy and enjoy those creations. That's it. So it will give you intelligence that is a manifestation of the clarity of thought, because in the process we release the charge of thoughts. Then we have a space in our mind to think with clarity and have good decisions. So when we have this state of mind, automatically we create new things for our life, things that we like to experience in our life. So we are grounding this intelligence into our creations here.
Yes, thank you.
So you also ground your talents here. For example, you receive the capacity to be channels of these frequencies. Many beings that have done the process hold this frequency and they share it in many ways, like Batel does. Batel is showing you how this work is co-creating through us, how this frequency, this love, this good feeling of joy invite us to share, to co-create, to give this. And this is a frequency of giving. That is the prana. The prana is not scarcity, it's abundance, it's giving. So you will receive the perfect guidance to be that giver, that creator, and to be happy into that experience, you know. That is pranic living. Living on light is not about not eating, because that is a limitation for a real pranic being. And that will be just so like putting you into a box. It will be another diet. And this is not about being into another diet that is even more rigid and more limited. You know? This is to break the boxes of the diets and to be beyond the physical need of any diet and have eternally this flow of energy constantly through you and giving you the freedom of choice. If you one day want to enjoy the flavor because you feel inspired to, you feel in the environment with your friends or family in which you feel inspired to try. I'm not saying to eat or overeat as many people does, but just to give it a try. You are free to do that. And that will not affect your process. That cannot stop the intelligence flowing through you. When it's done, nothing can stop it because it feels so good and the breath continues evolving. It's so easy actually, you know. I know that many beings want to know how to ground it, you know, and it's an important question, brother, but this is so intelligent that it found the way that is the best for you to express the truth of yourself.
Thank you.
Other questions, maybe?
Yes. How long does it take to come back to work, to life, to do things that you are doing usually? Oh,
Wonderful question.
well, well, how long is going to back to eat?
It's kind of like the same question that Ahihod is doing. You know, how to return to work and to all the activities, you know, with our girlfriend, the boyfriend, with our family, with our friends, with all our reality. And you know, I can tell you things, but I don't want to create any kind of expectation or any kind of promise, you know, because I can limit your process, because the process, it can goes beyond what I can tell you that is gonna be. You understand me?
Yes. I took 2 weeks
But
vacation to work. I need
but
to come.
but in terms of manifestation in the life, this process of 8 days, it is update of the 21 days, and it is the update because now in this time we don't have the 6 months or the 1 year to transition into the pranic state and to really ground us. The 21-day process, it is a mystery. It is a process that there is no breathing sessions, there is no guidance, just 7 days not drinking, and then 14 days drinking juices. Yeah? But in many cases, you don't know what you are really doing. You're just doing this kind of fast. But sometimes we came out of the process without knowing what we really did. Yeah? Because there is no a map, there is no a clear path. It's just entering into a door of the unknown. And of course, it's fun, but it's a challenge also. It is challenging and can take some time to understand the people around you from this state of consciousness and to become one of them, to be part of, not one of them, not thinking about them or like them, but being one of the life, because that's what we came here to ground. So that takes some time from the 21-day process. Yeah. And many people, because they don't have that time to understand the deepness of the transition, they didn't were able to succeed. Yeah. And they return to eat, and they return to feel not happy because they were eating again, and they create emotions that are not the best emotions, and that cannot be the perfect process. And of course, many people have done the process and have come out with beautiful, beautiful transformations and beautiful life existence gifts. But the 8-day process came here to bring clarity about the transition, how this is happening, what I am doing to experience this transition, how really is working this thing. Explain me, please. The process came here to explain you how it works in your body, how your body is creating life with every breath, and to educate your mind to perceive that, to educate your body to become aware of the subtle energies, to educate your emotions to be in a state of allowance of this intelligence and love, and also to bring you back to your soul consciousness, to recognize you as a divine being. And from that recognition of your divinity, bringing that into your mind and into your emotions, through the perfection that your physical body will reflect from this harmony, you can be ready to go and do whatever you want to do in your life. You can go back to your work, you can go back to do your physical activities without limitations. You can go to do your art, play your music, write your books, do your healing work, and it will be more easy because it will be effortless. Because you will not be working to make money for food. You will be working to co-create. You will be working to make money to enjoy the life. So it will be effortless. So it changes in so many levels that is beyond our comprehension until we are there. When we are there and we feel the freedom, only then we can say, oh my God, now I understand what a gift I have received. Now I really am able to understand the real gift of this freedom. And from that gift, from that recognition, we start exploring what else we can take from, what else is offering us, because it is offering us more and more the more aware we are of it.
Thank you.
Maybe another question?
There is a question, I'm just going to translate it, okay?
All right, please.
The question basically is how to prepare to the process. You hear me?
Can you repeat from the beginning, please?
The question is how to prepare to the process. He's asking, do I need to clear something for my kitchen, or do I need to practice something with my emotions, or
I get it.
to prepare the stomach for this transition?
Wonderful question, brother. Really good. How to prepare for the process physically and in all aspects. Yeah. You know, brother, you have been always prepared for this process. And the more you trust that you are prepared already, that's the best preparation. Of course, if you want to experience some kind of physical diet change, you can do, but it's not a obligation. It's just another possibility to have the 15 days or 1 week before the process the most living food possible. When I mean living food, I mean raw, but I mean not raw products. I mean the real fruit or the real vegetable, the real juice of the beautiful things that we have on the planet. Yeah. So fresh vegetables and fruits and juices. That's the best that you can give to your body in the last week, at least before the process. So if you are eating uh, bread or like flours or grains or meats, just in that week add more vegetables and fruits to your meals, to your food. Yeah, just that. Of course, now that you guys have experienced this conversation, you guys are already aware of the breath. You guys are already receiving information that is really valuable. And there is a part of you guys that will receive and will translate this into a practice. So I invite you to enjoy the breath.
Is it going to be a doctor?
What was that? There is going to be some doctors in the process, you said?
On the premises, is there going to be a doctor around?
If it is going to be a doctor around, if you guys want to have one around, I will get one around. It's all about you guys feeling safe. The process is really safe, and you have to believe in you beyond any doctor. But I think that one of the participants would be a doctor. There's always a doctor in the group. But if I make you be happy, I can get one. But do you have a physical condition or something that it is making you feel thinking about that? Always have a doctor in the door.
Always, always go.
Do we want to have a researcher that is a healer, that is also a researcher in healing modalities, that has been practicing from the last, I think, 7 years, the technology of the GDV, that is the technology of the doctor from Russia, Konstantin Korotkov. This researcher, that his name is Frank Laros, that he has been accompanying us from the last year from the process in Holland and in California, doing different measurements in my body and also in the body of the participants of the 8-day process. And we have found really, really results that are new for the humanity. Things that haven't seen before, really. And the before and after, for example, participants that start the process with 16 points of life force, 16,000. They end the process with 26,000, 24,000. To explain you better, the average amount of life force in the body is between 17,000 to 22,000 points in this technology of measurement of the energy fields and light force within you. Yeah. So people before the process start with, there were many cases. Yeah. People starting from 17 points, ending with 22. People starting with 16, ending with 24. People starting with 20, ending 23. But they all increase their energy, the life force in their body through the process. They all really, really remarkable. There was many cases of people that gain more than 6,000 points of energy. And there was one case in which one participant start the process from 18,000 points of life force within his body, energy field, and he ends the process with 28 point something thousands. That means a increase or of a 50% almost of his original baseline life force. So if this person was going to be alive maybe 20 or 40 more years, because he was around 50, I think, maybe if he at that time had 18,000 points of life force, he was going to live until 90, 100 maximum. Now that he had a 50% extra, can you imagine how many years of life this can give to a physical body? So this is technically the extension of the life cycle. The life extends and the aging process slows. This is something that I have seen in every participant of the process, and this is for sure. Every participant of the process that I have encountered after the process, when they finalize and after 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, they all have rejuvenate. They all rejuvenate. Every participant. And this is because we are energizing our energy field through the breath to a higher, more quantities of energy, so that more energy in our body creates this regeneration of the cells and the rejuvenation process. I have seen so many healings. My gosh. I can just name you 2 among hundreds. For example, there was this participant in France first he did it twice. He first did it in Holland, and then after 1 year he did it in France, because he was able to walk without the sticks after the process. He was 94 years old. When I met him in Holland, his nervous system had some kind of shock, so the balance of his body was not stable. So he need sticks, two sticks, one in each hand to walk. Yeah? And after the process, actually in the day 8, this person was able to walk from the first time from his house that was around 2 blocks from the healing center. He walked from his house to the healing center without sticks, by himself. That was in the 8th day of the process. His wife also did it, and she was about 80 also. And she had another physical condition that was in her heart. She was going to be operated in the heart. And this was like something that she wants to try before she had the operation. I'm going to try this to see if this can help me. And it does. It did help her. After the operation, after the process, she went back. She still had some kind of physical sensations after the process, like before, but less intense. But when she went to have the checks with the doctor and the x-rays and everything, they didn't found the actual cancer that was growing in one of the valves of her heart. They didn't found the actual accumulation of the cancer, but the body was still processing to release the memory of the cells of that sensation. You understand? So it's something that happens from the very core, from the very essence, and gradually through every layer dissipates. This is something that happens in this couple. I have many more. HIV also has been healed by the process. Yeah, it can be like, wow, maybe this guy is saying too much, but no. I have experienced people that enter in the process telling me that they have this condition and they end the process feeling more alive than anyone. And that state of feeling alive is a healing. Feeling happy, feeling full of life, that is a healing. You understand? So it's not a healing how the science knows it. It is a new frequency of healing that acts in a deeper level of the core of the atom.
Does
Yeah.
these healings, do they last? The
What was the
healing,
question? Do
the
last?
healing,
Oh, that's a really
they
good
last.
question. They last, of course. They last and they continue unfolding, and is inspiring to continue because, for example, this person after this process in Holland, after 1 year, he was feeling better and he decided to do it for a second time to even expand even more. And he did it. And it was amazing to see how in the 3 days of dry fast and through the entire process he was so strong, so stable, so like grounded. Of course, in the first process he was having the the some weakness, maybe one day being feeling weak, other day wanting just to be in the bed without doing too much. But in the second time that he did the process, he was all the time so strong, so present. And this is something that I have seen in many people that do the process for the second time. You remember, for example, Batel, when we did the process in Holland, that there was this beautiful friend from Denmark, I think it was Liru.
Yeah.
Remember that he did the process for the second time at that time, yeah? And remember that he was so stable, like a rock, like maybe other people of the process, they were having one day in which they feel weak, one day in which they are releasing some emotions, but all the process was stable, like grounded, like there, and it's because it continues unfolding. So if you, for example, do this 3 days of dry fast in the process, then you will can do 4 days with ease, or 5 or 7 days, like Batel did. Batel, you did 7 days, I think, yeah?
Yeah, 8 days.
She did 8 days without drinking, and she just did 3 days with us in the process, but becomes so easy because we have this amazing energy, becomes so obviously easy that it's nothing. What for many people can be something miraculous, for us, with the pass of the time, becomes something normal. You understand? And it's amazing because we are living beyond the concepts of the science, beyond the concepts of the basic education. We are free. So they last, sister, yeah. But not just physically, mentally. It expands through the entire life. Because this is something that I notice also, is that the process, after it purifies within us, our body, our minds, our emotions, after we found alignment, then this alignment reflects in our life. So from within, it came outside into our lives. And this intelligence starts organizing all the events, all the circumstances, all the relations, so that we can walk through easily with happiness. So we arrange, we end many relations that are not healthy, we finalize, we shake hands with everybody, because the process and this intelligence creates those events for us to shake hands with everything, so we can continue having the best life possible, free of everything. And this is something that I see in many cases, that is the purification of the life. And this is beyond not eating. It's beyond all of that. And this is the gift. This is the gift. To be able to live freely without deals with nobody, within yourself neither, just love. Come on, brother, you can make your question. I saw you, or sister, sister, excuse me.
I want to know how does it feel emotional trauma? I mean, we carry trauma since we were kids, and it kind of sounds like magic, like feels all emotional and all things that we carry around after that.
I think that the question is how all these things happen. Can you try to repeat the question more clearly? That you were more close, Batel, please.
Is asking how is it possible to release all these traumas, these memories that we accumulate for all these years? She says it sounds like magic.
Thank you for making that question, sister. It is a wonderful question because it leads us to a science. And this is one of my favorite things about this intelligence, that is a internal science that we can access. So in this process there are 3 breathing sessions. Yeah? The first session is called Pranic self-reprogramming. Bye-bye, guys!
No, we're still here. We're
No,
still
they're
here.
just changing places.
All right. I was going to miss you guys. I really had your presence. I was loving your presence there.
Don't worry.
um, so I'm going to continue, or I want me to wait for them.
Okay.
They are here, I don't see them. All right. I will continue and they will hear.
You can get.
All right, sister. So in this process, there is 3 breathing sessions. You hear me? I think it's cut.
לא, אבל תהיה בסקייפ.
Hello.
Yes, you can continue.
All right, but I cannot see you. Can you turn on your camera? All right. So I was saying that in this process we have 3 breathing sessions. Yeah. Um, in the first to the fourth day, you're going to receive 2 breathing sessions from the 3. There is 3, but you want to receive 2 from the day 1 to the day 4. And the first session, it is a session to reprogram our mind, body, emotions, and soul. It's precisely designed to do that. And this is called the Pranic self-reprogramming. And in this session, it happens what I just told you, that our mind breathes and releases by its own intelligence the information that doesn't need. The physical body also breathes. Every cell, every muscle, every tissue of the body breathes, and in that breath releases the information that is unhealthy for it. Also, the emotions breathe. In this session, we allow the emotional aspect, the emotional body to breathe, and with our permission, naturally dissolve, release those emotions that we don't need. The same happens with our soul. The soul breathes and returns to the soul of the universe. So after we have released this information from our mind, from our body, from our emotions and soul, naturally we have created a space within our minds, emotions, body and soul to have new information. Yeah? You are emptying, and then now you have a space to have new information. And then in the same breathing session, I will guide you precisely for you to create new thoughts, for you to create new emotions, and I will guide you for you to learn to communicate with your body in a healthy way. So through your mind, you're going to talk to your body healthy information for it to be a strong, young, capable. So you are going to replace the old information that was unhealthy for new positive information that is healthy for you. In your mind, in your physical body, in your emotions, and in your soul. The session is designed to do this, and you are going to experience this session in the first 4 days every morning. So we are going to release all what it is necessary, what the intelligence of our own body knows that is the best to release. Yeah, but it is enough time to really reach the state of emptiness, and in the emptiness just found the divine light, the spark of consciousness that is there sustaining all creations. Hello?
Yes,
Oh, you hear me? Good.
she says she needs to experience it. It's something to experience.
Yes, really. This is something that the humanity doesn't know already. Yeah, it is new. It is part of our memory, of our essence, but because we have not been educated to understand this, we have not been able to take advantage of it. It has been always here, but we have not been educated to it. And now is a time for the humanity to re educate to become aware of the subtle energies and how to use them, how to co-create with them, to heal others, to communicate the message of a new earth. And as the question before, you said something like how we do to live on earth now after the process. And also depends your perspective about earth, because it will change. You will see the earth as a unity, as a collective, as part of the geometry, the order of the universe. And you will be able to become part of this perfect piece of this puzzle here. Hmm. Yeah, there is a lot of information to share. Beautiful people, beautiful brothers and sisters in Israel. Thank you so much for opening your hearts, opening your minds to these new possibilities that are coming here to this planet. It's a gift and that we can all have access. Just allow yourself to follow your inner guidance. This is from my side. There is not pushing, there is not effort in you to take in this information. This is something that has to come from within you, from your inner call. You know when you are ready. And if you are here in this gathering, if you came here, it's because you are ready.
We were saying the reason we are here is, and then the conversation will start. But we want why we are here.
Mm, the reason is because you are ready. That's why you are here, because you are ready. Because there is a part of you within you that has brought you here, and that is a sign that you are ready. Just trust in the call, really. The process is a beautiful. The process is really, really beautiful. It's not like other retreats or other processes or other practices. This process is really, really unique, really remarkable. I have shared it with many spiritual practitioners, healers, doctors all over the world. People that have been in all kind of religions from here to another, jumping here and there to try to find the real key to the life. And this process has been for them the deep understanding of themselves, has been the key to take their lives to a new level, really. The process contains everything inside, contains all the practices, all the teachings. You will find Taoist teachings in the process, you will find really deep knowledge of pranayamas in the process. You will find shamanic utilization of the vibration. You will tap into the science of the water and the information passing through the liquids. You will pass through how you can collaborate within your body and mind to create the same current of information within you, so your body and your mind can be in the same information of positiveness, health, happiness. There is so much available really through this process. It's endless, never end, never end. For me, I have now is my 2008. It's gonna be 6 years already in March, and I'm still exploring it. I am still enjoying the journey because it's beautiful. This is a beautiful journey, and every time becomes more fun because more easy to be alive, more easy to live, to create. And it's so beautiful.
I have two questions actually. Uh, One is about coffee. Is it an issue? Is it because I'm used to having a coffee at least once a day? Otherwise, I get low blood pressure and I get a terrible headache. Is it something that others observed it in the past?
Beautiful question. You're talking about coffee, yeah? You're asking about coffee, yeah? All right. You know, brother, you are totally free. Imagine your life being free to experience, to try, to enjoy what makes you feel happy. If you like coffee, enjoy it. If you like tea, enjoy it. Anything that makes you feel happy.
Resting in the process.
Inside of the process, you say you can have coffee. The thing is like the process is an opportunity to stop doing what we always do so that our body can return to see the life beyond the rhythm that you have been created for it. Yeah? And beyond the rhythm of the life that you have created for yourself, you can see other things that are good about you, your gifts, your talents. So that's the process for. So that's why if you do all your life coffee, the ideal, the best will be to not do coffee just for 8 days. Only only 8 days in your life. And then you can continue drinking it, yeah? Just to change the perspective. To
Yes.
to go out of the comfort zone to see what happened, to see other things, yeah? To explore, to tap into another kind of comfort that maybe will feel also really good.
And the other question is before you were talking about the life force measurement that you were doing. And I was curious what kind of instrument or
It's coming from Mark is coming to Israel with some kind of computer that measure us.
electrodes,
It's
There
just
is
by
a
the
video.
fingerprints. It is by the
By the
fingerprints.
the
You just
isolation.
you touch the glass, and then automatically it captures the symmetry amplification of your energy field. It's really precise. It's really good technology. It's the best technology that exists to measure the energy field. There are many technologies to take photos of the aura, but this is the best. That is to see beyond just the color. This is to see the energy of the organs, the energy of each specific organ, you know, and to see how decreased it is that organ, or how stressed is that organ, and then to see the before and after. And we saw a lot about the talking about the organs in the experiments we have done. We have seen the organs really returning to the perfect state. But this is not just some guy saying this. I have seen it because, for example, there is this like a round line in the that is like the baseline of this technology, and normally the energy field has to be symmetric and round, beautiful, yeah. But sometimes when there is organs that are too stressed, those organs show like peaks of stress, or inside also going to the center of the baseline, yeah. And that's the unbalanced. That's like there is less energy or too much stress. And we have seen many organs with peaks, before and after. And after the process, we have saw how those peaks return to their more harmonious state, in symmetry with the chakras, with the rest of the organs and all the body systems. And we also saw the chakras because one of the softwares that this technology also has many softwares to see the organs, the energy field, also the whole body energy field, the masculine side, the feminine side, the emotional energy field, the mental energy field, the physical body. So it has many programs. And one of these software is one that is to measure the chakra alignment, to see how the chakras really are aligned. Yeah. And we have seen in many cases how the process align the chakras. They start having one chakra here, colors, and this has to be the baseline. And after the process, the chakras get into the alignment. Perfect chakra, really align it. There is a video actually that you guys can see in my website about this experiment that we did in San Francisco, California. In this video, we show part of the experiment, and you can see how the organs heal, how the energy field return to a more balanced symmetry, and how it amplifies to bring health. It's a beautiful video that brings clarity and brings studies to accompany the evolution of the process, because now with this science, with these experiments, is not anymore just a theory. Now it's true, because we have scientific proofs that this is working, that this is happening. So now it's not a illusion, this is something real. It is so wonderful, you know. Thank you guys for creating this space to share this information, you know. Now I'm happy that we are recording this. So I'm gonna put it in the internet in the next days on YouTube, and you guys can watch it again and share it also. And also I know that many people around the world maybe have the same questions of you, like you guys, about the process, and it will be helpful for them to have this information available in the web.
Akahi, why not tomorrow? Why wait till March?
What was that, brother?
Why not come tomorrow? Why wait till March?
Oh, my brother, I have a family also. I have a beautiful son to play, and my wife and my family, and I have to be with them. I have to. That's part of grounding, you know. That's part of being here, to be with the family and to share the message also. You know, the balance, the equilibrium. But I really want to go. I'm really happy that this is happening, and I'm really thankful with this beautiful energy that we can call it God, we can call it Prana, we can call it Chi, we can call it life force, however we call it. But we know what I'm talking about. It's this energy that is through us, creating, inspiring us, sustaining us, showing us the life in front of us. To this energy, I'm thankful that I am able to be with you guys today, sharing and co-creating this new way of living, this new earth, these new thoughts, these new emotions, these new perspectives. And I don't know, I think that we have shared enough information. I think that also will be good to save something for our encounter in Israel. So if you guys feel satisfied, we can end this conversation here. How is that?
Thank you
You like
very
it?
much.
I love you guys. We see
Love
you.
Love you.
We see us in Israel. Bye bye. Thank you, Batel, for putting this together.